Hey everyone, Joy here. It is Sunday and it is July 19, 2015. And today I'm working on a jewelry project. And some of you have said, we want to see you make jewelry too. I mean, y'all must have really boring lives. Watch me do all of these things. But I shouldn't say that, because how did I learn to make jewelry? I watched tons of YouTube videos of other people making jewelry. And that's how I learned how to do it. But what I'm working on now, and I started this yesterday, and Jerry and my husband and Terry both love this project I'm working on. So I thought maybe this will be a good one to show you guys. Now, let me tell you first of all, I do sometimes just invent a pattern. Like this morning, I put this blouse on that I made last year sometime, and I didn't have any, excuse me, let me get a drink. Anyway, I put this blouse on this morning, and this blouse is kind of a creamy color, and I didn't have any creamy colored earrings. So I just ran upstairs real quick, and I went over there to all my beads, and I picked out a cream colored bead and two black colored beads. And I threw these earrings together in about 15 minutes. And so they matched my top. And I went out to give my hubby a hug, and he said, oh my gosh, I love that blouse, and your earrings match it perfect. And so that was a really nice start to my Sunday morning. And so then a little later, when we were doing church, he came in here and I showed him this project I was working on. And he just went nuts over it. He said, he made a suggestion that I do it a little bit different, and next time I might, but he said he really, really liked it, and it was really gorgeous. So between him and Terry, I decided to show it to you. Let me bring it over and do a close-up of what I have so far. This isn't done yet. Let me do a close-up of what I have so far. Okay? These little squares are Swarovski crystals. And then the links, this little part here, I beaded. I made this, beaded it together, and hooked the links together with the beading. So, I wanted to show you where I found the pattern for that. I bought this book. I don't remember. I think maybe Philly. My friend Philly gave this to me for Christmas last year, if I remember right. Wonder if she signed it. No, she didn't sign it, but I'm pretty sure she gave it to me. And it's called Beading with Crystals. Okay? And in here on page 74 is this design called Linked Squares. Now, I'm not crazy about the colors that they use, although they'd be gorgeous on Terry, you know, my former redhead Terry friend, who's now a brunette. And I'm not crazy about these colors, but I did it in a little bit different color scheme for myself. Now, this kind of weaving is called a peyote stitch. And from the videos I've watched and from the articles I've read, there's different ways of counting peyote. And I don't like anybody's way, and I made up my own way this morning. One way they tell you to do it, I think she said on page 17, was how she chose to do it. Let me see if it's on page 17. No, I don't know where that is. Anyway, they tell you to count it diagonally. Now, I barely can even separate these beads in my vision to count it going across like a zigzag, counting across zigzag on this thing that I'm sewing. Impossible. Now, Jill Wiseman, let me get the one that I'm making. Jill Wiseman says the way to count it is to count the two outside rows of beads. Well, I couldn't do that either. My eyeballs kept jumping all over the place. And I couldn't count those either. So, the way I'm counting it is I'm just counting the very outside row of beads, and then I do it times 2. And then that's how many rows you have. This little link is 6 beads by 60 rows. 60 rows, 6 beads each. Is that right? No, 60 rows, 3 beads each. But each row ends up, I don't know, it's weird. It's a zigzag and it's hard to figure out. But anyway, easier for me was to just count the outside bead and multiply it times 2, okay? So, I'm still sewing. My chair turned around, my horse turned around here when I leave. I'm still sewing this last link together. And you have to keep your threads separated. And you have to be able to see. Now, I have my regular eyesight on in my eyes, which is a close-up contact lens in this eye and a far-away contact lens in this eye. But even with that, I cannot see these itty-bitty 11.0 seed beads. They are itty-bitty. So, I looked up magnifying light a few weeks ago, and I found this light, and I checked the reviews on it. I think I got it from Amazon. I think I get everything from Amazon. I checked the reviews on it, and people really liked it. People were buying it for their elderly parents that couldn't see very well to read through. And so I bought it so I could look through it and see these beads up closer. And oh my gosh, it's wonderful, 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 wonderful. I don't remember how much I paid for it, and I don't think it even has a name. Does it have a name? Magnifier lamp is its name. Whoa! Let me see. It says it has 42 pieces. Well, that doesn't make sense. It says it's made in China. Its model number is 8061 LED-S like Sam magnifier lamp. So, if you want to buy one of these, it has a base. Now, my husband had to kind of build it. You have to put the neck into this, and then you have to put the straight part into the crooked part, and then you have to put the base on, and then you have to put some screws in, and the screw holes were stripped out, and Jerry had to go get some different screws. And the bottom of it's real heavy. The bottom of it's 30 pounds at least. It's real heavy to move around. And I'm judging that by the weight of my sewing machine. My sewing machine's easier to lift than this lamp is. So it stays real good where you put it. Then this part, you can bend up and down, see? How fun is that? And so you could have it high up or way down low. Of course, you want this part straight. And then it has this great big surface that lights up, see there? And lights up your project really, really good. Now, when I go to put this beaded link of these seed beads in between these 2 squares, the last 2 squares, then I have to add more magnification, and that's when I use this thing right here. You stick it on your head like a headband, and then it has different size of magnifiers. I only use the biggest size of magnifier. The other one's been in a drawer for years and years and years. And then you can put this on your head, and it moves up and down, and it's got a pad on it for your forehead, and then you can tighten it where you need it. So between my contact lenses, this magnifier, and this magnifying light, I am able to build any kind of piece of jewelry no matter how teeny tiny the beads are, and that is really, really nice. So, I will show you still pictures of this when I get it done. Oh, what's its name? Now see, I just closed my page and lost it. What is your name? I think I told you guys. Linked Squares. It's called Linked Squares. And the book is by Jean Campbell and Catherine Amon? Yeah, A-I-M-O-N-E. Campbell and Amon, Beading Crystals. And it has a lot of pretty patterns in it. I'm making another pretty pattern. Oh, and let me tell you something I did that really helped me this time. I'm always going to Fire Mountain or Fusion Beads or Art Beads or somewhere and ordering beads for a project. Well, it may take 2-3 weeks for some of those beads to arrive. And they'll come to me at my store. And by the time I get the beads, I'm on a different tangent by then. And I can't remember what the heck I ordered the beads for. I have got boxes and boxes of beads I bought for some project. I can't remember what project it was for. So what I did was I made a copy of the project that I was going to order the beads for. And I made a note of what book I copied this out of. And then I put a date, ordered the beads and who from, and put the date. And then I just left this over there by my computer. Here's another one I'm getting ready to do. So Same book. This one, you can't see it because they use clear beads. This one's called Bracelet Glam. Same book. And so I decided I wanted mine pink because I thought the clear, I thought it was too much like diamonds. I didn't want to try to look like I was trying to be Marilyn Monroe or something. So I bought these gorgeous pink Swarovski crystals, okay? And so then I had this by my computer and I put ordered fuchsia 7215. And so when the fuchsia beads came in, I went over there by my computer and looked through my papers and matched the beads up to the article. And then if I do one of Jill Wiseman's designs, say, Jill Wiseman on the internet, who's wonderful and fabulous and does amazing, amazing videos. When I do one of hers, I'll write down, I'll just make a page and write down the name of it and say Jill Wiseman and the name of the video. And then when I get those beads, I can just go look at the video and make the project at the same time. I just made some bracelets like that. I remember they had super duos in them. What was it called? What was it called? Daydreamer, or I don't know, whatever it was. They were really pretty. I made 2 of them and love them both. Okay, so that's it. That's a jewelry project. I'll take a still picture for you when I get it done and get its class made. And then that'll be the end of today, and we'll start next week tomorrow. And y'all have a really wonderful next week.